Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to speak in opposition to House Bill 4052. On the surface, to many, it seems as if it will make things easier, more streamlined for businesses in our communities. Our esteemed colleague asked what company would want to move here with several different laws pertaining to wages and benefits. But the company that does is one that cares about people. And one of the things about this bill is that the devil is in the details. And some of these details in the language are quite devilish. It serves to not just limit the powers of local governmental bodies, as the summary states, but to completely subvert them and the ability of local governmental bodies from our counties, cities, townships, commissions, school boards, from enacting the policies, rules, ordinances, and the like that make their communities safer, better, more enriching places for their residents, constituents, and primary stakeholders. This bill, as we've heard, subverts home rule. The bill undermines local control. The bill disenfranchises entire members of our community by restricting the power that their local elected bodies have and the impact that they can make on their communities for the better. Things that are not about trying to create red tape, but that are about aiming to address the needs of humans, who are the residents and the visitors to our communities, the very people who work in and are patrons of or customers of the businesses in our communities. Local governmental bodies are people-oriented as they strike a balance with the business side of what they do. But this bill takes a swipe at many people-oriented policies, ordinances, and rules that local governmental bodies could enact or may have already enacted in order to improve their communities, both large and small. Let me broaden the scope of this lens for a moment. What this body is doing with this bill, were it to pass, would be like the members of Congress in DC telling us here in Lansing, the people that our residents trusted us enough to send here to work on their behalf, that we can no longer do an important aspect of our jobs, that is enacting policies, ordinances, regulations that directly pertain to the employment relationship between non-public employers and our state. Policies that would benefit our state and the people in it. That very thought is unconscionable, ludicrous, beyond the pale even. That thought, that very premise, is anathema to why we are here and why we lose our minds when we find ourselves hamstrung by DC from doing the jobs that the people, our people, elected us to do. So I ask, why would we do the same to our local governmental units? I hope that you will consider that deeply and make the decision that you know our constituents, our neighbors, the people we see at the market, out walking the dog, at Little League and football games, and at community meetings would want us to make. I urge a no vote on House Bill 4052.